right now, how many of you think we are going through a crisis? If you are really going, if you feel that you are really going through a crisis, please type crisis. If you really think we are right now, we are really going through a crisis. When I say we, I don't say mean only you and me, or I don't mean only the Vestige distributors or leaders. I am talking about the entire nation, the entire world. Okay, there are quite few people, or not few, many people who think that we are going through a crisis. Okay, right, good, good, good. Thank you for your response. Thank you, thank you. Then I think since if you believe that you're going through a crisis, then I seriously feel that we need to take a call on this and see how we should go about this from now on. And please get your notepads and pens ready because you need to take some notes. Yeah, right. So, me, my business, and tough times. I strongly believe you can relate this title or this heading for this training for yourself, like you, yourself, and tough times. And during these tough times, how can a leader, or being a leader, how is that you need to act upon? And being a leader, how is that you need to manage your business during these tough times? Jathan Antonius sent me a message saying, but leadership is created at the deep. Yeah, wow, wonderful. You're right, Jathan. Leadership is actually a self-discovery. I would say it is a self-discovery when you are in tough times. The real leader comes out when he's put across through challenges. So your real leadership comes out when you face the challenges. So let's see whether to see, you have two options, either face the challenge or run away from the challenge. So how many of you are ready to face the challenge? If you are ready to face the challenge, please write FC. Please type FC. So that is when you face the challenge, that is when the real leader in you comes out. What I believe is every one of us has a leader within us, but the leader is sleeping. The true leader within us is sleeping. The leader comes out only when we put him into the challenges. So you see anybody on the roads, you see anybody on the streets, the neighbor, your neighbor, everyone have a leadership within them. But the real leader is sleeping. The leader will come out only when he is put across through challenges. And this is the right time for all of us to bring out our leader, since we are facing the challenge. So let's see how to manage. And I welcome you all to this wonderful session, me, my business, and tough times. So we'll see how to manage our business during this tough times. If you are ready to go, write RTG. RTG means ready to go. So I will keep on. I will be continuously asking you to send these kind of chats to keep you engaged. So please don't mind. So I would appreciate if you can type whenever I request you to type. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for your response. I appreciate all your responses. Thank you so much. So how to manage my business during tough times? That is what we will be looking now. See, in any business, you can divide a business into two types. One is a business which had a tough times, but they have overcome it. Second one is a business which is going through tough times. These are the two types of business. So in any business, to become a successful business, it must have gone through a tough times, or once it is gone to a certain extent, it will go through a tough time. So any business will go through a tough time. There is no business is foolproof from going through a tough time. And that is what is happening to us today when we are facing a tough time. So what are the reasons for this tough time? The first reason is the lack of business. That is the time where you are not able to generate business. You you do all your efforts, you put all your effort, you put all your hard works, you put all your planning, but and yet due to some external factors, you're not able to generate business. That is one reason. Second one reason could be the business owner goes broke. He could go broke internally or externally. I would say externally means is financially broke. He's not able to move across through his business. He's not able to spend to develop his business. Internally broke means he's morally broken. His mindset is completely collapsed. So these two could be the reasons for a business owner to go broke. And third one is the market situation, where the market condition is not positive to the business or the business owner. So now if you see the current situation, actually it started with the market situation. Market is not right now, or the market situation is not as expected it has to be, which in turn reduced the business volume, and due to which some business owner can go broke internally or mentally. So these are the three, when these three things clipped together, these are the biggest tough times. And right now, the corona situation, COVID-19 has put all the business people and all the business owners into these three phases. All the three has come together. So how many of you agree with this? If you agree with these points, please write agree. Please type agree in your chat window. Thank you. From your response, I understand that most of you are going through these situations, if not all the three, at least one or two. And these are all tough times. And how do we survive, or how do we, rather than telling survive, I would say, how would you thrive through this season? How would you thrive through the situation? See, life is like a season. So what is season? We have different seasons. We say rainy season, summer season, winter season, spring season. So life is like a season. And if you're leaving, you cannot skip out of any season. You have to go through all the seasons. Similarly, in business, you'll have different seasons. And you have to go through all the seasons. You cannot skip the seasons. You cannot have the same season all across, all throughout the year, all throughout the life. See, you just think about the different seasons which we get in. See, when we are in the summer season, we would be thinking, when will it start raining? And we have a hope that after 3 months or 4 months, we will have good rain, so that we will have enough water to plant or to drink and to have proper agriculture. So in summer season, we have a hope that it will rain. And when it is raining, then we wait for winter or spring. We wait for winter. We want winter to come, so rain to settle, so that whatever rain we have received, we can use it for our cultivation. During the winter season, when it is too cold, when the plants are growing, when you have a moderate sunlight, that is when we start, again, our hope further grows. We wait for spring. Spring is the time where you take the yield of all your crops. So in summer season, you are hoping for rain. When it is raining, you're hoping for spring. When it is spring, you're hoping for, in winter, you're hoping for spring. And in spring, again, you hope for sun. You want sun, so that you can prepare yourself for the next cultivation. This is how it has been for millions of or thousands of years from the time the man is born. Man is on this planet Earth. So seasons give you hope. And right now, we are in a season. Business has its own season. The earth is going through, the world is going through a season, which this is the time where we need hope. And my dear friends, seasons are not permanent. Seasons come because they have to move. Any season comes to move forward. So you take a when it is summertime, you see the sun. It comes, it moves on. It goes, sun rises and it sets. Again, it sets and next day it comes. So it keeps on moving. When it is raining, see, the wind brings rain. It rains, it moves. In winter, you have a cool breeze. Again, this cool breeze is moving. In spring, you will see, you will have a breeze which will help in the germination process, where this cool breeze or wind will carry forward all the pollens from one flower to another flower, so that so that a fruit is formed, and then the fruit gives a seed, and seed is again sowed on the soil to create new plants. So the seasons are moving. Then the spring moves to summer. So seasons are always moving. Same way, the tough time comes just to move. It will move. There is nothing permanent in this world. No seasons are permanent. No situations are permanent. It keeps on moving. And it has to move. That is the law of the universe. Anything and everything has to move. See, right from the smallest particle in the earth, in this world, in this universe, the atom, it keeps on moving. The electron keeps on moving. Everything around you, you see, it keeps on moving. So some of you might ask, is the tree moving? Yes, it's true. The tree is moving. The tree is moving upward. It's growing. So anything and everything has to move. That is the law of the universe. So the key to success is to survive or thrive all these seasons. See, it is very difficult for some living beings to survive the summer. And whichever living being survives the summer, it is successful in this world because it was able to hold its breath or hold its life. And there are certain animals or living beings which cannot survive rainy season. There are living beings which cannot survive spring and winter. So any living being to become successful, see, the purpose of human is to survive every seasons. The purpose of any living being is to survive all the seasons. So the seasons will come and go, and the key to success is to outlast all the seasons, to thrive all the seasons. And being a businessman, this is one of the tough times which we all are facing, and we have to outlast the season. And these seasons are called as tough times. So how do we survive these tough times is what we will be looking further in this session. So how many of you agree with this? If you agree with this, type TT. TT means tough times. How many of you are able to make sense out of what we were discussing? If it makes sense, type MS. MS means make sense. Great, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So how to survive these, how to thrive, how can a business owner thrive through these tough times? That is what we'll be looking further. So please keep your notepads, pens ready, and keep taking notes whenever and wherever required. See, have you ever, see, when you travel, I think most of you are, and I believe most of you are interested in riding a two-wheeler or driving a car. And I hope you like traveling for a longer distance. Even I like traveling. I like to travel to different places to explore different locations. And my job being a trainer helps me to explore many places. So, see, many a times, not once, many a times, I have seen whenever I travel with my friends and when I travel across through a forest area, that in the night, there were certain instances, mainly when I say this happened near Nilgiris. I would rather say it's in Bandipur forest between Gudalur to Mysore. So when we happened to couple of times when we happened to travel through the Bandipur forest during the night, uh, nowadays they don't allow you to travel in the late night, but I'm talking about some years back. So when we were traveling, there are certain times when we can see some wild animals crossing the roads. When the wild animals are crossing the roads, see, when we are driving and during the night when the light is on, when it is what do I say, your lamp is in high focus, in full focus, what happens is if any animal is crossing and if it sees the light, see, most of the time, let's take an example of a deer. The deer would stare at the light, and you can see the eyes of the deer sparkling like a diamond. And it is a very nice it's a very nice sight. You like enjoying the sight. We enjoy the sight, but do you know what is the problem with this deer? Because the deer is staring at the light, it is not able to move. It can't move. It does not take any action. And many hunters, they use this opportunity to attack or to catch hold of those animals. So the deer or the animal is in an inaction stage. And during this is the tough time. The deer has an option either to take an action or just give its life to the hunter. So when there is a disaster, it's a disaster for a deer. So when there is a disaster, we need to take actions. And most of the time, we human beings, we fail to take action when there is a problem, when there is a disaster. And my dear friends, and people wait for things to change. Things does not change like that way. If you want things to change, you need to take action. Don't wait for the situations to change. You cannot take an action after everything goes right. You need to be prepared during the tough times so that when things goes right, this tough times becomes your launch pad and you can propel yourself in a greater speed. So inaction is suicidal. Anyone and everyone who does not take action during the tough times will perish. And it is for you to decide now whether to sit idle at home, watch you watch your Facebook videos, YouTube videos. If it is a motivational good stuff, it's fine. But are you spending on your time on a negative stuff, or are you preparing yourself, or are you taking action for yourself so that you can move forward very fast when after this 20 days when the lockdown is released? So, my dear friends, inaction is suicidal. It is the right time to take action is during the tough times. So, take control of your business, take control of your life, and act now. So, are you ready to act now? If yes, write AN. So, the tough times is the right time to take an action. And I love tough times because that is the time where the times actually test what I am. It gives me a test of my time to understand, to explore myself. What am I? The tough times pushes me out of my comfort zone, and it helps me discover what kind of a person or what kind of metal do I have. And I love tough times. If today, whatever I am is because of those tough times which I had. So I love tough times because that makes me a better person. So how many of you like tough times? Right? I love tough times. If you like tough times, please write, I love tough times. Great. That's a spirit of a leader. Those people who love tough times are the people who have been successful in this planet. And I see a lot of you loving tough times, and which proves that you are real leaders. Congratulations. And during the tough times, deal with the facts, not the fiction. You cannot be an Alice in Wonderland during the tough times. You cannot wait for things to change. Most of the time, what the common people do is they just live in an imaginary world. They think, oh, if it was like this, if it is like this, if I had so much money, if my leader had supported me, if I had so many people, if my company has supported me so much, I would have become so and so. And they wait in an imaginary world, and they don't understand what has happened. And after many years, when they realize that time has been so fast, and that is the time they wonder what has happened. They don't realize how the time has skipped through. They were in the imaginary world. So please never be in imaginary world. If you are in imaginary world, you will never you cannot become successful. And this is the time, instead of being in an imaginary world, take all the facts about your business and your life and start analyzing your business. This is the time where you can analyze your business, because you don't have anything else to do, because you don't have a field work, you don't get much calls from your downlines or from your business or your clients or customers. This is the time where you can invest yourself to analyze the three things. First one is, what is the result which I have got for what I was been doing so far? So you can check the result. Second, you can check the progress. How far have I gone from the day one till now into this business? Am I scaling up? Am I moving towards my goal? Am I moving towards the purpose for which I've come to this business? You can analyze the progress, and you can analyze the deviations. You can analyze what all things you need to change, because you would have come with a plan or a strategy, or by the time when you joined, you might have made a plan or a strategy. Sometimes, see, when most of us start with a plan, and only people who start with the plan will succeed. And when you have a plan, sometimes your plan, you might not be able to execute the plan as it is. And whenever there is a change in the plan, and when there is a minor change in the plan, that is called a strategy. So this is a time for you to find out the deviations and strategize your business and your life so that you can move forward fast. So this is the time for you to analyze your business. You need to focus on three things. Let me repeat, you need to focus on three things. What is the result? What was the result that I have got for working so far? Am I moving towards my desired result? Second one is, what is the progress? How fast am I growing? What is the distance that I have traveled in this business or in your life? You can do this both for your personal life and your business. And third one is, what deviation should I take so that I can increase my speed to achieve? And when you do these three things, you can understand the opportunities. Now explore the opportunities. Which are the places where you need to focus so that you can scale up your business, so that you can double your business, triple your business, or 10x of your business. Find out the opportunities. And I would strongly recommend all of you to put your network chart, your team chart, and see which of your downline is giving what kind of business. What is his potential? Is there more opportunity in that particular person? So how to increase those opportunities? So try to explore opportunity, try to find more champions in your team. And there are more champions in your team whom you have not realized. Or maybe you would have realized, but you were not able to plan a course of action for him. But this is the right time for you to put an action plan for him, to see how to work with him. So focus on scaling up. So Sudham is asking me how to explore opportunities. Exploring opportunities means, see, you already have a team, and there are people in your team. The moment these people in your team, just check, are all the people in your team, are they working? There are consumers, there are business people. And let's take the business people. You have a very small percentage of the business people. Are all these business people using their full potential? If not, why? Find out who are those people. How to scale, how to help them so that they become a better leader. Is this the knowledge? Or is it a skill problem? Is it a motivational problem? Or does he have any other problem? Find out his problem. And the moment you solve his problem, or the moment you help him solve the problem, your business starts scaling up. See, in our business, most of the time, not only in our business, in any business, most of the time, when the business is running, what happens is we are not able to support all the people or plan the right structure or the right goal for all the people. Let me give you an example. See, when I was working in 2000, it was 2004 when I finished my studies, and I started in my first job. I was working as a factory officer training. So when I was working as a factory officer training, every 15 days once, the entire I was working in a tea factory. So every 15 days once, the entire factory is shut down. So there is no manufacturing on those on that particular day. So what we do is it is completely for maintenance. So this is the time where the technicians from the mechanical engineers, the electrical engineers, the production managers, these people, they analyze or they see which are the places where they need to rectify the problem so that the production can be increased. They'll try to find out which are the places where they have problems. They'll try to find out which are the places where there is less productivity, and they'll try to find out what is the reason for the less productivity and problem. And they rectify it. Same way, this lockdown is a maintenance phase for our business. This is the time to analyze what kind of support do we need to give to people. This is the time to analyze how to set goals for them. This is time to analyze what to make them realize their goals and support them. So that will help. Once you identify this and support them, your business starts scaling up. And one of our friends has asked me, what if a person is not interested to meet her? What will I do? My dear friend, if a girl is not willing to marry you, leave her, marry someone else. Same way, if a person is not interested to meet you, leave him, find out the next person. There are millions of people in this world. Why do you depend on one single person for your business? Is that making sense? If it's making sense, write MS. Thank you. So please don't live in fiction. Please live in facts. So analyze your business. Find out more opportunities to scale up the business. Find out more opportunities to find out more real leaders, the potential leaders. Help them. That will definitely help your business grow. And third one is strengthen your relationship. The next one is strengthen your relationship. My dear friends, tell me, what is the biggest asset that you have right now? Right now, at this point of time, just tell me what is the biggest asset you have. Please type in the window. What is your biggest asset? Okay, meanwhile, when you send these messages, there is somebody who's asking me how to give a better presentation. Okay, good. That's a very valid point. My dear friend, how to become a better driver? How can you become a better biker? How can you become a better car driver? Only through practice. So give more presentation. The more you do, the more effective presenter you become. Okay, thank you so much. There are many answers which I've got for this question, asking when I asked you what is your what is the asset that you have. My dear friend, the biggest asset is your existing team. All the answers which you gave me is right. All the answers which you gave me is right. But at this point of time, the biggest asset for your business is your existing team. Your existing team is your asset. Please don't ignore your asset. Safeguard your asset. Most of the time, what happens is for humans, there is a beautiful saying in Malayalam. They say it as "Muttathu mullaikku manamilla," which means if there is a flower plant in front of your house, you don't admire those flowers. You admire the flowers in your neighbor's home. Same way, you have a team and you don't take care of your team, and that is your asset, and you look at somebody else who's an outsider and you say, oh, if I had a team like him, I would have been better. So your existing asset, your real asset, your biggest asset right now is your team. So safeguard your asset. What happens is during this period, during those difficult situations, most of your people who are new to this business, they go into an see there are a lot of philosophers and psychiatrists. They say that it takes 21 days to create to change your habits, and these 21 days lock-in period, your downlines, your people, they don't do anything, and slowly they go out of the business. There are chances that they might go out of the business or they become inactive. So this is the time to safeguard your asset. So this is the time to safeguard your asset. So how to safeguard your asset? Have focus on them. Have focus on your team. Have focus on your existing team. Keep in touch with them. See, this is the right time for you to build relationship with them. And see, you might feel that there are so many people who have joined in my team, but many people are not working. See, if a person is not working, if a person is not connecting with you, if a person is not coming for a field work, if a person is not listening to you, that means I strongly believe it is because he does not have a proper relationship with you. And when we are live in our business, when we are busy with our meetings, when we are busy with the field work, there are most of the time we don't find time to reach out to most of our team members. And this 21 days, and 21 days, 4 days is gone, so you have another 17, 18 days. And this 17, 18 days is the time for you to build a relationship. So connect with your downlines, build the relationship with them, so that your relationship with your team becomes stronger. And when the relationship becomes stronger, my dear friends, in this business, please always remember, people don't work for this business just because of the company or just because of their dreams. People work with you only when they have a strong relationship with you. And this is the time for you to build a stronger relationship with them. And this is the maintenance phase. That's what I told you. This is the maintenance phase. And I get a question when I talk about strong relationship. I get a question how to build a stronger relationship. My dear friend, if you have a girlfriend, how do you build relationship? If you are married, if you have, how do you build relationship? Relationship builds through communication. You need to be in constant touch with your people so that the relationship increases. When you call people only for your business, your relationship does not grow. People want to feel that you care for them more than the business. That is when the relationship will grow. Most of the time, what we see, what we do is we contact people 4, 5 times. If they are not interested in business, then we leave it. He should not leave it, whether he is into business or is not into business. Maybe today he might not be interested in the business, but if you have a strong relationship, tomorrow when he feels this business is important, he needs his business, at that point of time, if you have a strong relationship, he'll come to you. If you lose the relationship, he will not come to your business. So somebody is asking me, is too much relationship is danger for the business? My dear friend, I don't know what is this too much relationship. So I think we need to discuss in person to understand what is this too much relationship. Well, I know only strong relationship, which is a professional, friendly, ethical relationship. You need to have a professional, friendly, ethical relationship in your personal life and business, so that when your relationship is strong, when people feel that you care for them, when people feel that you are with them, when people feel that you feel for them, you care for them, you work for them, that is when the relationship will build. And this is the time for you to connect with people. So build relationship, build strong relationship with people. And to know how to build strong relationship with people, I definitely recommend you all to attend VLC2, which we have invested, which is a wonderful program, which will help you to build a strong relationship with your family and friends and business. And this is the time for you to review. As I told you, this is the time where this is the maintenance phase. This is time where you can spend most of your time to build a strong relationship, and time to have a network review. Review your network. See what's happened, what has happened in your network. See who are all working. See whether all the people who are potential, are they working? So you have four kind of people in your network. One is people who are potential and working. Second one, you have potential but not interested to work. Third one, you have customers. Fourth one, people who are not interested, they just join for some namesake, but they are not interested. So you have four kind of people. You have to focus on the first and third. That is, people are potential and interested. Second one, you need to focus on the consumers because you have a very large consumer base. When you do a proper review and when you find out the right people, you can convert them into business people. So out of those four kind of people, one is potential people who are interested in business. Second one, they have potential but they are not interested, which means they know business but they are not ready to work. Third one is your consumers, and fourth one, they are not at all interested. So you need to mainly focus on the first category, which is potential and interested to work, and the third category, which is your consumers, because from the consumers, you will get a small percentage of interested people. So when you do a network review, you will find out who are the people who are interested in business, who are potential and interested. You will find out who are consumers and who can become interested or who can work in our business. So when you do a network review, you will find out the right people. Second one, you can find out the people who are capable much more than what they are right now. Who are capable than much more than they are right now. Which means, I would like to say it like this. They give you a certain amount of business, but you know they are much more capable. So they are much more capable and they are not living up to your expectations, or not they are not living up to their potential, which means they have some stopping stones. And this is the time for you to identify the stopping stones, and people who have already turned to VLC1 might know how to identify the problems. So when you find out those stopping stones, and you can find solutions. And this is the time, this lockdown period, the tough times is the time where you need to find out the solutions and you review your goals, set the goals for you, yourself and your downlines. And when you set goals for yourself, and when you reset your goals and for yourself and your downline, that is when you and your downline will work together. This will help you to strategize. This will help you to understand with whom should you work more. See, you can't be working. You can't be working with people who are not ready to give time with you, who are not ready, who are not interested in your business, and who does not believe in your business. You should be working with people who are interested in your business. You should be working with people who are ready to give time with you, and you should be working with people who have bigger dreams and ambitions. And this is the time for you to review network and find out who are all those people, and strategize your business and accelerate your business, so that in next, once the lockdown is released, you can scale up your business in a much faster way. So how many of you are ready to do network review? If you're ready to do network review, type NR. And my dear friends, network review is very, very important. Network review is very, very important. Without doing a network review, you'll not be able to accelerate your business. You'll not be able to scale up your business. You'll not be able to reach your dreams. So please do the network review and find the stopping stones, find the right people, find the stopping stones which are stopping them, find the solutions for them, rewire, reset their goals, reset your goals, strategies, align your goals and your downline's goals together, and work together and start to have a proper strategy and accelerate. And this is the time for you to reactivate. Review your team, find the potential but inactive. See, there are people in your team who are potential, they were working, but due to some reason, which maybe you were aware or you are not aware, they have become inactive. It could be because of an ego problem, or it could be because of their personal problem. It could be because they didn't have a support. There could be a lot of reasons why they have become inactive. And this is the right time for you to activate them, because See, their job, their business, their life, everything is in uncertainty. But you guys who are into this business, you very well know that once the lockdown is released, your business will move on. You don't have to build from the scratch. See, remember the other business? All of them, they have to rebuild their business. But your business is your launch pad is set. If you're investing, if this is your business, your launch pad is set. You just need to move from where you are now. That's it. So this is the time for you to make them understand this is the right business for them to reach their financial dreams. So find out those people who have become inactive, who are good leaders, who are capable of scaling your business, who are ready to work with you. Find out, build relationship with them, try to reactivate with them, connect with them, extend them your support. They might have thrown all their dreams to Vestige into the basket. So set new goals, and whatever support they need, start mentoring them. The right mentoring, the right support and right mentoring will help you to reactivate your people who have become inactive. And this is the time for you to focus on the people who are inactive. And other times when the business is live, most of the time we are stuck in our day-to-day life and day-to-day business, and we forget to reactivate those inactive people. And this is the time for you to put a proper strategy for the people who are inactive. Not only the new people, but the inactive people. This is the right time for you to give a time for the inactive people, extend them support, set new goals, give them belief, make them feel that their dreams are achievable in Vestige. Give them confidence and start mentoring them. So now I have somebody asking me, whom should I support, students or middle-aged? Even students can help you build up your business. Middle-aged people can build up your business. Even a retired person can give you in business. It is not about the age. It is about the dreams and the commitment of the person. Don't look at the age. If the person is ready to work with you, if he's having big dreams and if he's committed, please go ahead and support him. That is when you help him realize his dreams. When you help him to achieve his dreams, by default, you achieve your dreams. Next one is support. Support. See, stay away from negative. Sorry. So now you need to associate. Now you need to associate with right people. See, this is the time where you get into a lot of negativity stuff. See, negativity is like cancer. Once it gets into you, it spreads all across your body with no time. So please don't get into negativity. Stay away from negativity. I see a lot of people sharing a lot of negative stuffs. I see most of you watching only the Corona news. Why do you want to watch the Corona news? What do you do? What are you going to do with that? You can't do. You can do nothing. You can just stay at home. That's it. Then why do you want to bother about how the Corona is spreading? See, those things the government will take care, the healthcare department will take care. Your only duty is to stay. You have a social distancing. So you don't think about what's happening around. It has been taken care. So don't get into all these negative stuff. And I get a lot of negative messages. And I don't even read. So from the first line itself, we understand whether it is a negative message or a positive message. So I don't read further. So stay away from negativity. Please stay away from negative media distancing, not only social distancing. You need to see, now the government has told you to maintain social distancing so that you are not affected by Corona. And please don't affect this negative Corona to get you affected. Let the negative Corona, let it not get into your mind, into your brain, into your mind, into your subconscious mind. So please stay away from negative media. Feed only the right things. How do we feed right things? The only way to feed right things is to listen to the positive videos, listen to the positive audios, read some good books, speak to the positive people, connect with positive business owners, and stay positive. See, even like you, even I'm in quarantine. I'm at house, so I can't move anywhere. So I have set up a separate office space in my house, and every day what I do is I spend a lot of my time in feeding positive things. I'm able to do. There were so many things which I wanted to do, but since my hectic traveling, I was not able to do it. So I have put 9 actions which I am supposed to complete every day, and I was not able to reach all the 9, but I was able to reach 8 out of 9. From yesterday, I've increased 2 more. Now I have 11 tasks which has to be completed. So out of 11, yesterday I completed 10. And I'm spending time in reading books. I'm spending time on listening to motivational audios. And I strongly recommend you guys to listen to an audio by Earl Nightingale, which is called The Strange Secret of World. Please listen to. See, who is that Vivek Chaudhary sending the same message for a long time? Mr. Vivek, I recommend you to not to spam the chat window. I know it might not be intentional, but please take care of it. So please listen to the video called Strange Secret of the World, and please follow what has been told on that video. I'm actually following it. It's a very powerful video. Please listen to the video and follow it for next 30 days. It is available on YouTube. It is an audio file. You can just, it's not on video, it's in audio. So, but it's in YouTube. You can listen to those audio and just follow those instructions. So then that keeps your mind positive. So please be positive. Please connect with positive people. Just type Strange Secret of World by Earl Nightingale. Okay, if there is any spelling mistake, please pardon me. Right, so please associate yourself with right people and right content. So the giving the right content to your mind is very, very important. So stay away from negativity. This is the time where these 21 days is the time where you can either form a habit or break a habit. So please don't form a negative habit. So let's make some new positive habits. Please focus on creating a positive mindset and a positive habit. So associate with the right stuff and not into the negative media or negative messages. So how many of you want to be positive? If you want to be positive, or if you're ready to take up this challenge to maintain your positivity for next 15 to 20 days, please write IP. I am positive. IP means I am positive. Thank you so much. And now it is time for you to invest in your business. This is the time for you to invest in your business. Invest in your business. See, any investment, that is a law of the universe. Anything which is invested has to grow. You invest, or investing means you are sowing. You sow a seed in the soil, it has to grow. You sow a seed in a fertile soil, it has to grow. Let me give you an example. See, you take a seed, you pack it in a proper polythene bag, and you keep it in a shelf in your house. You keep it for 15 years. Nothing would happen to that seed. But you sow the seed on a fertile land, in very few days, it will shoot out its micro fiber kind of roots. This microfiber kind of roots grows, becomes strong, then it sprouts to give leaves, stem, and slowly this grows and becomes a big tree. So any seed which, if it has to grow, it has to be sown in the fertile land. And your dream or your idea was a seed. You came to a stage, or you came to this business with the seed, and that seed is your dream. And you have sown this dream. Now it is time for you to nurture your dream. You need to nurture, you need to manure it, you need to water it, you need to safeguard it, you need to accelerate its growth. So it is time for you to invest in your business, buy new tools. You need to invest in new tools. Most of you might not be having all the tools. So it is time for you to invest, buy new tools. New tools, it can be the Vestige tools, or it can be any tools, books, videos, audios, which can empower you. Something that can empower you. So invest yourself in tools. And you can also train. This is the time for you to train your team on a new skills. You can share some new skill for with your team. Now I see a lot of people sending me messages in a private window asking me, so how to do a proper presentation, how to build a list, how to connect with the people. So these are the new skills which you need to develop. When you have these problems, definitely these problems, your team members are also facing the same problem. So it is for you, it is your duty to learn this skill and teach it online. Don't expect an angel to come and train on online. It is your responsibility. You are the CEO. This is the time for you to develop your skills and teach those things to your team members. So it is time for you to learn and teach your team members. So how many of you with me? If you're ready to train the team, type TTT. And this is the time for you to mentor your champions. Find out who are the champions in your team. Champions are the people who are ready to take any kind of risk, or who are ready to commit themselves into a higher noble cause. Champions are people who are ready to achieve, or are ready to go to any extent, are ready to commit themselves to any extent to achieve their biggest dreams. So it is time for you to mentor your champions. Next 17 to 20 days, you can mentor them. You can have a Zoom call like this. You can have audio calls, or you can send some tips through WhatsApp. You can do some presentations. You can give some ideas, tricks. So I have Simran asking me, how do I train my team? I am 18. Whether you are 18 or 40, teach how to train the team. You learn it first. You learn it and then teach it to them. How do I learn it? Would be your next question. You are the CEO of your business. It is your duty to find out how to train your team. I hope that makes sense. You take your responsibility. You are the leader. You are the CEO of your business. You need to take the responsibility. You can't expect anyone else to come and take the responsibility. So Simran, not only Simran, all the leaders out here, I would request, or I would recommend, I strongly suggest you to take the responsibility. You be accountable. You train yourself. You find out the sources to train yourself, to train how to train your team. If you agree with me, write TTT. Thank you. So mentor the champions, train your team so that, see, a champion is a champion only when he is trained. See, Sachin Tendulkar is what he is today because he had a proper coach. He had proper coaching. He was trained to become a champion. Yes, he definitely had a skill. See, let's take Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar. Both, in fact, Vinod Kambli was much more aggressive than Sachin Tendulkar. But who made it? Who made it big? It was Sachin Tendulkar, who was committed for the change, who was ready to learn more. So if you want to move up, you need to learn more. And at the same time, you need to teach more. Because you learn more by teaching more. See, when you learn, you get information, but you get trained when you teach more. So whatever skill you think is not, you don't, whichever skill you think you are not up to the mark, so train yourself and start teaching your team those skills. Automatically you become better and they become better. Then set them goals. Set goals for your champions. This is very, very important. Without setting, see, the goals are the directions. Without direction, how do you expect him to reach the goal? Let's say there is a ship in a harbor. You put a captain, you put a crew, and you have a proper map and a proper destination. Now the entire crew and the captain and the ship with all the facilities knows which place to go. They have a proper destination. So what are the chances that they will reach the destination? Out of 1,000 times, 9,999 times, it is sure that they will reach the destination. Let's take another ship. A ship which does not have a destination, it does not have a proper facilities, it does not have a proper skill or facilities or proper people. And you start the engine of the ship and you leave it from the habit. What happens? This ship might sink, or it might reach to some abandoned location, or maybe island which is not habitable. So what is the difference? The first ship had a goal, the second ship does not have a goal. So goal is what will keep people moving forward. A person who is having a goal, there are higher chances that he will achieve the goal. So mentor your champions, find out the champions, mentor your champions and set them goals. And this is your investment in your business. Investing in a new skill, teaching your downline, finding the champion, setting them goals and helping them out to reach their goals is the biggest investment which you can do in your business. So invest in your business. So how many of you are ready to invest in your business? See, when you invest in your business, it can be your time, it'll be your time, it'll be your money, it'll be a commitment, it'll be a passion. There will be a lot of things which you might need to invest. You'll have to invest a lot of time. So if you're ready to invest, if you're committed to invest, please type I invest. Thank you. Next, it is investing in yourself. You need to invest in yourself because you are the CEO of your business. You are the CEO of your life. You are the king of your life. Without investing in yourself, how do you expect you to grow? If you have to grow, you need to invest in yourself. So self-learning is very, very important. Self-learning is very, very important. So become a better version of you. How can you become a better version of you? Improve upon your skills. See, to become an effective leader, to become successful. See, when I say leader, see, leaders got to produce result. A person who is successful in whatever field he is the leader. Just because you have 10 people, 50 people, 100 people in your team, you cannot be a leader. People might call you a leader and you can claim you are a leader, but you will not be considered as a leader. You are a true leader when you produce results. A leader has to be successful. A person who has failed is never called as a leader. A person who has been successful, he's the person who is called as leader. So you have to be successful. To be successful, you need to find out the better version of yourself. See, whatever skill, whatever knowledge, whatever capability you have has taken you so far. If you want to move forward, you need to be a better you. So find out the ways to make you better. Read books, attend webinars. So webinar is nothing but this is a webinar. This training session is called as webinar. Seminar means a training session which happens in a big hall where the trainers and the trainer and the participants, they meet together in the same hall. Webinar is a place where we connect with online. So doing seminars through website. So this is, see, at this point of time, when there is a lockdown, it is highly impossible for you to go out for a seminar. If you go out for a seminar, the cops will catch hold of you. So the only option for you is to invest your time into these kind of webinars. And somebody is asking, which is the good books related to our business? Any books which you feel is good to develop your skill is a good book. No book is bad. If you can find out at least one point to make yourself better from a book, then that is a good book. So you can find out, you can go for books now. Now there are many options. You can download a Kindle and you get you can go through many books. You can browse through many books and find whichever you feel is good for you. You take those books. And now I think the Audible, they are giving some free options. So you can have an audiobooks. You get a lot of PDFs from the websites. So, or you can enroll for these kind of webinars. Now, right now in Vestige itself, we are doing a lot of webinars. So you can enroll for those webinars. So buy a book or read a book which you think is good for you. See, I can recommend books only which is good for me. You got to decide which book is good for you. There are many books. There are many books. So you can buy those books and read. So invest in yourself and make yourself a better person. Do a lot of self-learning. Learn about the product. Learn about the company, which is very, very important. Learn about the product, learn about the company, learn about the systems. This is very, very important. And trainings related to company, product, and systems are being done every day by our Western traders. So you can enroll for those trainings and get yourself updated. Apart from this, you can also do a lot of research to understand about the products company, and you can also invest in yourself, do a lot of self-learning to improve upon your skill. See, you invest daily, every day. If you are ready to invest 1 hour on different 1 hour each day on one particular skill, in the next 20 days you will be learning 20 different skills. So now it is time for you to, once we are done with this webinar, just write down what are the skills which you feel is required for you to develop this business, for you to grow in this business, for you to become a millionaire in this business. So write down those skills and invest your time to upgrade your skills in those particular aspects. It can be through books or webinars or through self-learning. Upgrade yourself. Learn a new business skill. Try to learn every day. Keep this as a schedule. Invest yourself. See, I am investing every day to upgrade my skill. Every day I spend 90 minutes to watch videos and observe or to learn new things. I also invest almost 1 hour in reading books. Sometimes it goes up to, I have fixed 1 hour minimum, but it goes to 2.5 hours every day to learn new things. So improve your skill, invest in yourself and improve your skill. See, you grow to the extent your knowledge grows. You go to the extent you are intelligent. You grow to an extent your skill grows. So invest yourself, invest in yourself, invest your time, invest your money, invest in yourself so that you become a better you in next 20 days, which will help you in scaling up your business. And how many of you are ready to invest in yourself? Write down I invest. I invest in myself. Sorry, I invest in myself. Thank you. My dear friends, you need to understand the one big difference between people who are successful and non-successful. See, normally what happens is the poor people, the unsuccessful people, they stop their education at school and college. They think that is enough. They think school and college education is enough for them to grow. And they stop their education. They don't invest in their learning. They don't invest in self-knowledge, and they end up working and living a mediocre life for their entire life. And you see people whoever has been successful, they keep on learning. They keep on investing in themselves to make a better version of themselves. And anybody who has become a millionaire has invested a lot in self-learning. And you want to become a millionaire, you want to become a successful, you want to become a successful leader, you want to become an impactful leader, then you got to invest in yourself. This is the one biggest investment which you can, even if you don't invest in mutual fund, even if you don't investment in any of the financial instruments, that's fine. But I still recommend you to invest in your financial investment. But the most important investment will be investing in yourself. So please invest in yourself. That is what will give you the highest return. And next comes the follow-up. This is a very crucial part. Connect with your mentor. Connect with your mentor. There's a time for you to connect with your mentor. Because your mentor, when you connect with your mentor, be open to take feedback. This is the time for you to reflect on what you are. Sit with your mentor. Connect with him over the phone call or a video call. Be open and take feedbacks. Be ready to take feedbacks. It might be some hard, strong, and on the face feedbacks, but be ready to face it. This is the time, this is a tough time, this is the time where you should be ready to take the tough things. So connect with your mentor, try to identify your weak links or your weakness, or to find out what is how better you can be. So your mentor can have a bird's eye view or an eagle's eye view. He can see you from the top. So you might not know what is your shortcoming, but your mentor can easily help you to find out what is your shortcoming. He can help you, and wherever you feel you need a support, seek help, and your leaders are ready to help you, and we are ready to help you. So seek help. We are ready to help you. When I say help, we can guide you, we can support you, but the action has to be taken by you. Please remember that. When I say help, it does not mean that your mentor will come and do everything for you. Your mentor will show you what is the way, but you need to walk the way. It is your life. You need to take the action. So if you are ready to take action, then please connect with the mentor. And if you are not ready to take an action, and please find your way by yourself, which will be a hard way. I don't say that you will not be able to find your way. You will be able to find your way, but it will be a hard way. But if you have a mentor, it becomes more easy for you to find out the way. So connect with your mentor, your business mentor. You might have your uplines or leaders who are your mentors. So connect with them. Be open to feedbacks. Wherever you need help, ask them for help. And once they give you feedback, once you give you the support, once they give you the guidance, commit to change. You need to be committed to change. Unless and until you are not committed, there's absolutely no change in your business or in your life. So if you want to have a change, you need to be committed. You need to be committed to the change. Be committed. Be committed to your business. Be committed to your life. Be committed to the society. Be committed to your team. Only when you are committed, you can see a change. And as I told you, seasons keep on changing. And you need to be committed to outlast the season and come out as a better leader, successful person, and be accountable. Whatever decision you take, you are accountable. You are accountable. You are accountable not for me, to me, or you are not accountable to your leader. You are accountable to yourself. You are accountable to your team. You are accountable to your family. Because when you change, the life of people around you changes. When you become somebody is asking what is accountable. Taking accountable means taking responsibilities. When I was writing my book, Minutes to Millions, I happened to interview many successful people who had gone from rags to riches. So when I was interviewing the owner of Natural, C.K. Kumaravel, so he gave me a very wonderful insight. This is one of the biggest insight which I've got. I would say this is one of the best insight which I got in my life. He said the life of a business people is not for the family, it is for the society. He said the life of a business person is not for self, it is for others. Because it is the businessman who changes the world. And you are a businessman, you are a CEO. You need to be responsible, you need to be accountable. You need to be responsible in doing what you said you will do. Because in your decision, in your action, there are many lives which is going to change. So be accountable and follow your mentor. Follow your mentor. Your mentor is a person who has gone through the hard way. So he knows how difficult it is to cross the way. He knows what is the right strategy to cross the way. See, you all are in this business. You all of you definitely have a bigger aim and a dream and a vision in your life. Let's say if you want to climb a mountain, what do you need? Let's say you want to climb Everest, what do you need? Please type in the window, what do you need? If you want to climb a mountain, what do you need? Yes, exactly right. You need a mountain. So if you want to achieve a goal, you need a goal. Now you have goals. So how to achieve it? Let's take an example of climbing the Mount Everest. You are a new person. You have never been to Mount Everest. This is the first time you're going to Mount Everest. Do you think you alone can make it to the top? I don't know. Maybe you might be able to make it, but it is very, very important for you to have a guide. Who's a better guide? A guide who has already done it, a mentor who has already done it. So your mentor, he has already set a goal and he has already achieved. At least he's ahead of you. He's in a better position than you. So he has achieved more than what you've achieved in this business, in his business. So follow your mentor so that he will help you to cross all these hurdles and hills and mountains in the right route. Following a mentor will make your life very, very easy. And once you learn this, once you follow your mentor, and once you learn this, learn the way to become successful, to reach the goal, tomorrow it will help you to guide your team members to achieve their goal. That is when you become a goal. You follow a coach and then you become a coach. You follow a mentor and then you become a mentor. So it is very, very important for you to see. Today, it was so many people who are committed. When you have so many problems, tomorrow when your team grows, your people in your team, they will have problems, they will have challenges, they will have doubts, and that is the time where you need to act as a mentor. So if you have to act as a mentor, you need to follow a mentor right now so that you understand the process, you reach the goal, so that tomorrow it is easy for you to guide your team. And you need to be 100% committed in this. If you are not 100%, see, you cannot be almost successful. Either you are successful or you are not successful. And if you have to be successful, you need to be 100% committed. So how many of you are ready to follow the mentor? If you are ready to follow the mentor, type FYM. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So be 100%. You need to be 100%. You need to be 100% of yourself. You need to be 100% committed. You need to be 100% in delivering what you have learned. You need to be 100% in following what you've learned. So one of the points that we have discussed so far: follow your mentor, invest in yourself, invest in your business, associate with the right people, reactivate inactive distributors of business people, strengthen relationship within your team, do a network review, deal with the situation, look for a long term. Don't look for instant gratification, look for a long term, and take action. It is now or never. If you don't do it now, you will never be able to do it. So once this webinar gets over, I want you to take this as a homework. This night you will sit, you will review your progress in your business. You will set new goals. You will find your stopping stones. You will find your solutions. You will commit to yourself. You will invest in yourself. You will find out what are the skills that you have to learn. You will find out who are the right people with whom you need to connect. You will write a list of with people whom you will build a relationship. You will write a list of people whom you will make active or reactivate, and you will write down what are the things that you will put into your mind, where will you associate yourself, what are the positive things that you will associate yourself, and do it right now. Do it today. If you don't do it today, you will never do it. If you don't do it right now after the session, you will never do it. And this is your homework, and you need to commit to this. And my dear friends, always remember, tough times will never last, but tough people do. This I am able to inspire you, then my day is done. Thank you so much, and back to